Hey guys, welcome to Basic Training. I'm so excited to have you as part of our team, and I'm hoping that this training video will help you feel prepared to serve the families and kids of Judson Road. We here at Judson Road believe that children's ministry is one of the most effective and important ways that we can reach our community for Christ. So we want to be well prepared for when our kids come on Sunday. So this video will give you an idea of what we need to do in order to make that happen. So as a Judson Road Kids volunteer, it's important to remember that we represent Jesus 24/7, that this is a role that we take seriously. So that's going to affect how we present ourselves in the community, on social media, how we're growing in our relationship with Christ. We have a high standard for that at Judson Road. So we will be giving you opportunities and encouraging you along the way. You might ask, if I'm going to volunteer at Judson Road, what should I wear? And that's a great question. The answer is wear whatever you can serve in comfortably and appropriately. So I always recommend a Judson Road Kids shirt or any Judson Road shirt's great. But at the end of the day, just remember that it's something you can move around in, on the floor, down with kids, that you can do that without any concerns. And when you come, something else you'll wear is your Judson Road Kids name tag. So you come into my office every Sunday and you will pick up your Judson Road Kids name tag, and then you will be all dressed and ready to go. This identifies us as safe to be with kids, and so we ask everybody to wear those. When you come to get your name tag, you will also be invited for prayer time. We have prayer time every Sunday for our volunteers that starts 10 minutes before we're supposed to be in our classrooms. So if you serve during first service, we pray at 8:15, and we're right there in the toddler room. If you serve in the second service, we ask that you be here at 9:20, and we will pray, and then we'll be in our classrooms at 9:30. And if you serve in third service, we pray at 10:50, and then we're in our classrooms at 11 o'clock. I'll always send a reminder text to you or communicate with you in some way that will share those times, because we feel prayer is a really important way to start our day. So once you are all dressed, you're prayed up, you got your name tag, we are ready for the classroom, and that's where we'll be in our next segment. Okay, now we're going to talk about some basic safety and security measures for Judson Road Kids. The first one is the 2 volunteer rule. We always have at least 2 volunteers in a classroom with kids at all times. This keeps you safe and it keeps the kids safe, and that's probably a parent's number one concern, is the safety of their children. So we always have at least 2 volunteers. And then the other policy that we're really careful about are our bathroom procedures. In the East Wing, we keep those doors propped open at all times. Stall doors can be closed, obviously, but those doors are propped open. And then in our nursery and toddler room, we keep the doors open when we're changing kids' diapers. If we're helping them in the bathroom, the door stays open. I know that sometimes kiddos like to explore the bathroom or see what they can get into. So we have baby gates like this one in our nursery and toddler room where you can partition off that bathroom, but keep it open at the same time. So we take that very seriously. And if you ever have a question or a concern for a parent, we have a way that you can page our parents. You know, on our tags, which I'll talk about more in a little bit, there's a security number on there. So if you need to alert a parent, in each classroom, there's one of these orange signs that tells you how to page a parent. Basically, you text the number, the child's number, to the number on the sheet, and we get it up on the screen in the sanctuary, and then the parent knows where to come. So look for this orange sheet if you need to page a parent. The other laminated sheet you'll see in your room is our sick child policy. We want to keep all our kids as healthy as possible, So you can read over this when you go in to train in your classroom, so you can see what is required for that. If you ever have a child that you're not sure about, you can page your parent, or you can grab me and I will be happy to help with that. So those are our major safety and security policies for Judson Road Kids. 2 volunteers, open bathroom doors. We are going to page parents if they're needed for any reason, and we have a sick child policy. So next we're going to find out about checking our kids into our classrooms. All right, now we're going to talk about checking our kids into classrooms. In each classroom, I'd like to have one volunteer stationed at the door that is welcoming the kids and helping them find their name tags, and then the other volunteers around the room interacting with the kids, whether having a conversation with them or playing a game, building a puzzle, basically making sure that no kid is left out or feeling lonely. Because if they feel accepted, they're going to be much more ready to learn about Jesus when that time comes. So if you're at the door welcoming the kids, you will help them find their name tags. And these name tags are really helpful to you as teachers. Please use these whether you're a teacher or volunteer. It tells you their name. It tells you any special instructions that they have. It tells you whether or not we can use their picture on Facebook or on our church website. It also tells you their security number, which we talked about with the orange sheet before. If you need to page their parent, it has their number right there on the tag. It also has a parent tag. So one tag stays with the kid, the other tag goes with the parent, and then we match them up at pickup time. So we know that the child is going home with the appropriate person. So this tag is very helpful to you. The color also tells you a lot about the child. It can tell you what grade they're in. Like all of these blue, neon blue name tags, these are all of our kindergartners this year. So it can tell you what grade your kids are in, which is very helpful in elementary when you have 4 different grades in the class. Some of our tags are red, like this. This means that they have a special need or some kind of special instruction we need to pay attention to. So it's very smart to look at these tags. It's necessary before you give our kids any food that we're checking for red name tags. We have kids that have type 1 diabetes. We have kids with gluten allergies, nut allergies. This kiddo's allergic to apples, so we want to be very careful about what we give them. And we have several snack options, so we can find something for each child. So make sure that you're looking at these red tags. Our special needs advocate, Becky Liscombe, has also made up these notebooks. So if you have a kiddo with a red tag, they also have a page in here that gives you more details about their special need. So, because we can't fit it all in the card. So if you have any questions, you can consult your red notebook or talk with Becky. Once they get their name tag and their parent has the parent name tag, the kid is free to join in an activity around the room. Sometimes you might want to help them find an activity because they might feel a little overwhelmed at first. So sometimes you might want to make a suggestion, or the other volunteers can step in here and help the kiddo integrate into the classroom. So that's about checking our kids in. And in our next segment, we'll talk about what to do during and after class. All right, all our kids are checked in. We're ready to start class. So you might ask, what do I do now? As volunteers, we have a saying in Judson Road Kids, we don't have any spectators. We are all involved players the entire time we're in class. So even if we're not the one leading up front, we are engaged in what's happening in the class. So if there's a song happening, we're doing the motions. If there's communion time happening, we are prayerfully engaged in that communion time. We're not sitting at back tables or playing on our phones or anything like that. We're engaged with the kids the whole time. We're also looking for ways that we can help the teacher, especially in the area of helping kids stay focused. It's no surprise sometimes kids have a hard time being focused. So we'll just go in and maybe sit by that student or put a hand on their shoulder and just gently encourage them to keep their eyes on the teacher and see what they can learn that day. And as teachers, our job is to make sure that we are having a lot of fun with our kids, helping them learn about Jesus through all of our senses. So as volunteers, we can all help each other do that. Once class time is over, we generally have the kids find a seat or find a stationary activity to do so that as parents come, they're ready to be picked up. So once their parent comes, we call their name, they come to the door, and the child gathers anything they brought with them or they made during that class time. They receive their take-home paper for the day, which is very helpful to parents to know what we learned about. And then they turn in their name tags. So that parent name tag, that kid name tag, come back together and go in the bucket in your classroom, the name tag bucket. Then we send our kids off with a blessing for the week, like, see you later, Bella. I hope you have a great week. It was fun learning about Jesus with you today. And send them off with a blessing. So once all our kids are checked out, we just have one thing left to do. All of us volunteers stay and we help our teachers put the room back together. Just make sure it looks how it did when we came in, or even better. So it'll be like straightening chairs or cleaning up any craft mess or snack mess we had so that the class is ready for the next service or for the next week. And if we all pitch in, it takes no time. So that is what a time in Judson Road Kids looks like. I hope this video has been helpful to you. And please know we are always available and wanting to help you have a great experience volunteering within this ministry. God bless you.